Now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here on a Friday afternoon on August 1st. Can you guys believe it's August? I can't. This is JackHumphrey, and you are on to learn about a really, really cool tool from a really, really cool guy named Ken Krell. Ken, hello. Thanks for doing this for us today.
Hello, Jack. It's great to be here with you, and it's great to be here with what I see is a lot of new friends and old friends. So it's just like old home week.
Yeah, I see Julianne. Hi, Julianne. I see you almost every day now.
Do you? I'm jealous because I don't see Julianne enough. I love Julianne, and then Robert's here, and
she's over on our side.
Oh, and it was the dark side. I love it. And Lynn's here, and Virginia's here, and Catherine. Catherine, I haven't seen you in like forever. John's here. Gurumantra's here. This is great. We have a nice, intimate group of people that we know and love. This is going to be really fun.
Sweet. Well, so you guys all are friends here, but for those who are listening to the recording, well, not all of you, some new faces here. Too,
are you saying they're not friends? Is that what you're telling them? You're not
friends. They haven't decided yet. They haven't decided if they like you yet or not.
I love
There's
it.
Some people who are undecided because
That's
they
great.
don't know, and
That's
they're
great.
going to find out how cool you are and everything here. And this tool that you have and the system that you have for doing exactly what this headline on the screen says is real. We've experienced it. It's really, really neat. I'm loving that you are doing this for my peeps because whether they're here now or listening to the recording, you guys are going to really, 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 really love this. You're going to want to do it immediately on your own site because it works. It's very obvious that it would. It makes a lot of sense to you immediately when you see what Ken's got. And Ken's been around for quite a long time. God, Ken, how long have you been around?
It's like 29 years, something like that. I mean, I'm older than 29 years old, but yeah, my first recording, my first cassettes I found 1986.
Shut up, really?
Seriously, yeah, it's true.
That.
Yeah,
I'm just making a joke.
No, I'm serious. I'm usually the oldest guy. I'm usually the oldest guy in the room physically, and been around longer than most. Yeah, I go back to the days of Al Lowry.
Well, give us a couple of highlights of the things that you've done pertinent to our folks here.
I actually had that in the presentation, so I'll get to that in a few minutes, so I don't repeat myself.
Then I don't even have to worry. Well, you take it away then. Let's get down to business and tell these guys why I'm so excited.
Well, then I'll do. Let me just first of all make sure you guys can hear us okay, because we kind of jump right in, Jack and I, which we tend to do whenever we get together. So if you guys can like hear us, otherwise we've been talking to ourselves for the past 5 minutes. Pop in the chat, let me know where you're coming in from, and all that. That'll be kind of helpful. This, by the way, will be interactive. I'm not going to unmute you guys because I've got a lot I want to cover, but I do want you to use the chat box. So if you would pop in the chat, and since I'm not seeing a lot of people actively popping in the chat, would you please pop into the chat and say hello? Here we go. Okay, Lynn's from Atlanta. Excellent. Lynn's going to be doing a lot of stuff with us on TP courses. So okay, great. Catherine, I think you're from like Virginia or somewhere up there up on the coast. I seem to remember that. North Carolina, is it? South Carolina. See, I was close. South Carolina. That's great. Yeah, they got to use the right box. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So you guys can hear me. So a couple of things. First of all, some ground rules. Basically, number one, honor the time. This is for you. Jack and I are both using the tool that we've got. I know Julianne is. And I think a couple of others of you may be as well. So this will be kind of old home week, and you may see a few things you haven't seen before. So you're in for a real treat today. And so honor that time. If you've got things that could distract you, put them away, put them on the side. If you have a pager and it vibrates a lot, you can put it somewhere in your body where it'll feel good. But other than that, let's focus on what we got going on today and have some fun, because that's what half this is all about. Really, is about giving you some great information and having a great time. This is not. There will be a software demo that you'll get to see, but more than that, I want to give you some training and education that you can actually apply, which will make some sense to you and give you some value. Are we good with that? Okay, great. So talk to me in the chat, because in a live event I can see your eyes. In a chat, like your eyes are in the chat box. So this is where we actually get to talk to each other and interact, because I want this to be that kind of an event for you. Also, I don't think I mentioned this to you, Jack, but I'm doing something today that we've not done before. I actually tested it a few hours ago with Milos because I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning with a brilliant idea. So you're going to get to see that. And other than, a few hours ago to my direct list, no one's seen this before. So it's going to be really fun because I'm having fun with it. So yeah,
I like that.
This
is an exclusive, people.
It is. It is. It is. And we're testing it, but we'll see how we do. Anyway, let's get to rock and roll. So I'm going to show you how to do all of what we just talked about by showing you what I call the automatic marketing multiplier that triples your profits on autopilot. And I mean that. You can learn how to put it all together and really get your customers to stick to you like glue. And by the way, that my dear friend Rhonda Del Baccio coined that, and I can't. I'd love to take credit for it. Anyway, so a little bit about me and my tiger, and that, by the way, is a real flesh-eating tiger, not my critter, because I couldn't afford to feed that thing. They eat a lot of meat. And nobody in the cages, not the humans in the cages, thank goodness. But come to Thailand and visit me. I'll take you out to go visit the tigers. I'll take you to the good tiger place, the one that actually takes care of them.
Are you on pause, possibly, for your screen?
Can you? Am I still? Oh, thank you, Jack.
You might be paused.
No, I am showing the screen, but I will pause and unpause because that might have just frozen. Can you guys see the tiger on the screen now?
Not yet. Not me.
Wow. Okay, can you guys see my tiger on the screen? Lindsay's the tiger, Jack. So it's you once again.
What the heck?
I don't know, man. All
right. Well,
you got update your internet connection, I suppose. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. It's Guru Mantra says what tiger? Okay, Catherine can see it. So we're obviously having some connectivity.
There it is.
There you go.
Just now popped up.
Wow, that's really interesting. The delay that you're seeing because Catherine in the South Carolina connection is better for some reason. And I'm coming.
The South Carolinians have a lot of bandwidth down there.
I suppose. And Guru Mantra, where are you coming in from? Because I'm coming out of Thailand, and that's where everything is originating here. So, just kind of interesting. So you're out of Riverside, California. So you should have seen it by now. Surprise. Well, if I'm going a little bit faster than our slides are, just reel me back in a little bit so we can kind of wait so that it is relevant to you. Okay. Okay. Cool. Anyway.
We won't let you get out of control.
There you go. Anyway, so it is a real tiger, and it was kind of a highlight to go visit and play with a tiger. It was a little baby tiger was climbing all over me, but. For those of you that know me, you know me as the Kenergizer because you'll experience why. I won't tell you why. But I'm the founder and executive director of the Institute for Totalpreneurship, where we help entrepreneurs become totalpreneurs because totalpreneurs have it all. And I want you to be able to build that for your life. That's what my passion is. That's my big why, if you will. Okay. For the past 27, actually, it's closer now. See, 1986. Anyway, it's a long time. I've trained thousands of people to make millions of dollars in real estate investments business. As I said, my goal is to turn you into totalpreneurs as much as I possibly can. Guru Mantra says I can visualize a tiger, no worries. I love you too, and I love you too, Julianne. Anyway, so what are we going to learn today? First of all, you can learn how to turn your marketing into a more effective, captivating, and energetic client generation machine. And I mean those words sincerely. So you can create new long-term high-profit business while you sleep. And that, by the way, is even if you're just getting started with no list, no product, and no content. Okay, I'm going to show you how we do all that. And by the way, Jack is a great guy when it comes to content. So this will be really relevant. You're going to learn how to get your website visitors to stay on your site without any extra effort, so you can really build your search rankings without any SEO tactics. And I want to confess to you that I am not an SEO guy, okay? And so lately, as Google has become much more clear about what they want, it's been really proving out what I've been doing, what Jack's been doing, what Gina's been doing. So SEO and keywords and stuff, not so much anymore, because what we're doing right now gives Google what they like and what they want. You're also going to learn how to avoid getting caught up in what I call the hamster wheel of online prospecting. So you can stop searching and start serving your audience, meaning you can finally earn a living with the people you're doing business with right now. And by the way, enjoy the process too. So what you're going to learn is the new way to build long-lasting income, stable business that you can be proud of and will allow you to be that totalpreneur that has everything. Okay? So, was that good so far? All right. Why is this important to you? First of all, most marketing strategies we've learned, quite frankly, is simply dead wrong. It's been based, for the most part, on megaphone marketing. Okay. And you all experience that. And it's horrible. It's like urgent. You're getting all these emails from people. It's urgent. It's not of this. It's urgent for the person that has the webinar because they're like broke and they're trying to pay their bills. But it's not urgent for us. We don't. It's everyone has different priorities. It's fascinating. So we are not. We have so much data coming to us all the time during the day that the only way you can get someone's attention is by screaming. And now even the screams are not heard anymore. So we've got to market differently. And what we've been seeing is just flat out not been working. And for the most part, people have been focusing on hitting singles and not going for the home run, which is super small thinking. I was in a group of internet marketers, affiliate marketers rather, recently. They called themselves affiliate marketers. And I asked them, I said, so, what's your audience? And they couldn't answer me. They don't think globally about building an audience. They're like, we just send out emails and try and sell stuff. That's not a way that we do business. It's a way, not the way you should do business. Okay. And by the way, if you think that you can outsmart Google, no. So we're going to eliminate all of that stuff. Okay. This is different. It is. It's got to be different, right? So I hate to disappoint you, but this is not about getting rich quick. And by the way, I'll show you how you can use this to make money quickly, but it's not a get rich quick thing. Okay. It's not a do nothing, get paid. Okay. You actually have to do some, oh my God, work. But by the way, to me, work is play. And you should be enjoying what you're doing. All right. There's no game shenanigans or black hat stuff and no flashy tactics or anything. This is about strategy and systems, plain and simple. Okay. Strategy and systems. So is this for you? Question. If you want to sell other people's products and services and want to build your own community while you triple your profits, you might want to stick around for the rest of today. Okay. If you're a blogger or post any content on your site, you want to keep them on your site and boost your Google rankings, you will love what we're going to show you. If you want to use YouTube videos to seamlessly help you sell other people's products, this is absolutely for you. And if you want to be among the few online marketers that actually have a thriving, steady, and consistent income, you're going to enjoy what we're going to be doing over the next few minutes. And by the way, if you want to work less, make more, and have more fun in the process, yeah, this is for you as well. Okay, so who is it not for? These are the people that can leave. And frankly, knowing it's your audience, Jack, we can go through this pretty quick. This is not your people. People that have no value to offer don't belong here. People that are looking for the magic answer, I got to tell you, my magic wand, I can't even say it. My magic wand, it broke. It only works for me now. I cannot fix it for you. So you got to have your own magic wand and be responsible for yourself. People that blame others for their own lack of action or results, we won't get along very well. We just won't. So, one person just left. So I think we took care of that real quick. We're going to get real here. Bottom line, seriously, probably is bad connection, but bottom line is, if you don't accept accountability for yourself, then we will not truly get along. You're not my ideal customer. Okay, my ideal customers are the people that take charge, that are responsible for themselves and have a great time. Okay. See, here's the thing. My results are not remotely typical, nor are Jack's, because everyone's different. So it's all about what you can create and what you put into action. Plain and simple. And by the way, obvious disclaimer, but I will tell you anyway, most people that buy any how to make money training will not make any money whatsoever. Whatever. So if we're going to do the disclosures that the U.S. Federal Trade Commission wants you to give, that tell you the success rates, the success rate of the average promoter or any trainer is 0, because the vast majority, and we're talking about averages, will do nothing. Usually, and I can tell you that when I was on stage speaking throughout the U.S. and Canada, I was a success if I had a 7% rate of just closing the audience on buying something. 7%. Those that did something were probably 10% of that. So the numbers are skewed against anyone giving statistics of results. Those that use it get great results. But those that don't use it, which is the majority, get the results for what their efforts are. The average person has little to no results because the average person does 0. Good news is I don't want to work with average people. Do you? I sure don't. I know you don't, Jack. So dirty little secret. All entrepreneurs suffer from an imposter complex. This is really interesting. They don't value themselves to their full potential. Now, I see this consistently. So I want to be clear about this. Every single one of you that are here today has huge amounts of value to be able to add to their audience. You absolutely do. You're magnificent. And I know a lot of you personally, okay? So Robert, Catherine, Julianne, Lynn, all of you have great things to offer. Okay. And you need to understand and acknowledge that. It's really important. So if you have been feeling dissatisfied with your results, that might be part of the problem. And I want to encourage you to understand that if you are feeling that perhaps people found out about you that you weren't the real deal, we all feel that way. It's just part of being an entrepreneur. So kind of get over yourself and recognize that the value that you offer, listen, as long as you're a page ahead of someone in the book, you're an expert. As long as you're a page, even a paragraph ahead of me, then I can learn from you. And how many people don't know what you know? So I want you to acknowledge that, because that's really important. Here's my confession. I do have an advantage over most people. I already have a name in the industry and I got a list. But that's not how I began. In fact, it was quite the opposite. So I'll give you how it began real quick. Okay, first of all, you see me with Tony Robbins. I hung out with Tony Robbins. It cost $65,000 a year to do that, plus the travel, but I did. Okay, I was doing pretty well, making a lot of money in my real estate investments. I was investing internationally. I was traveling. In this case, we were traveling from Paris to Venice on the Orient Express. It was great. And then the crash hit. I was diversified all over the place. So I had 500 acres on the Pacific coast of Costa Rica overlooking the Pacific. I was ready to sell that property. My investors were going to make over 30% on their money, and I was walking away with $6 million cash. And then it all fell apart, and I lost everything. I'm talking everything, all the property, all my retirement money. People that trusted me felt that I was irresponsible because, of course, I created the crash. It was a disaster, absolute disaster. And I was accused of all sorts of bad stuff and got into debt for millions of dollars because, of course, I couldn't support all the loans that we had, and I was personally on the hook for them. And after that, it got even more exciting because I had a heart attack. And so, if you want to talk about like being a country music song, that was my life. So, honest to God, I was 50 plus years old. I was forced to declare bankruptcy for the second time in my life. I thought the first at age 24 was bad enough and humiliating and devastating, my biggest embarrassment of my life. So I had to do it the second time. And at that point, of course, I had no list, no online reputation, no money, no car, no home. I'm living on my mom's couch at the age of 50 something. That was my life. Talking about, it's a great story now, but back then I wasn't thinking about the story. That was sort of like the only way I could stay sane. And I couldn't even market with my own name because I'm in the middle of a bankruptcy and the lawyers wouldn't let me talk to anybody or even be, you couldn't be like out there because then you become a target. So some of you know me as a different name from back a few years ago when I was Brian Douglas, which was not a self-esteem builder, I can tell you that. Okay, so that was my life in what I call FailureLand. But I was dabbling with online marketing, and I was a moderate success. I consider myself mediocre, and to me, mediocre is failure. So it wasn't doing terribly great. I will acknowledge that I bought thousands of dollars of the get-rich-quick stuff, and I didn't go through them like many of you here, and you can remain nameless for that. And the ones I did go through, just for the most part, didn't work. And I also acknowledge and will disclose that I did start selling some like get-rich-quick stuff because that's what the strategies told us to do. And did I get rich quick? No, not at all. Still on mom's couch. So I wasn't setting the world on fire. And the worst part about it was I wasn't feeling connected to anything. Now, Jack, we've talked about your story in the past on some of the webinars you've been on, and that's sort of a little bit you can relate to that, right? When and the big change for you was over the past year or so, right?
Oh yeah, I was floating. I went through just the 2000s working like a dog, and everybody on the outside was saying, "Wow, blog success is awesome. Yeah, you got a lot of members. You did $750,000 in sales from a promotion. Wow, wow, wow!" And behind the scenes I was losing my mind.
Yeah, yeah.
And I wasn't able to sustain that. Nobody can without leverage in their business. So before I really learned what I needed to learn really early in the 2000s, but never did, early in this decade that we're in now, I just started to float around. I took a sabbatical, not by choice, but just I just didn't know. Yeah, not connected feeling. I know that one.
Yep, and that's where it finally, I think, hit me. So I realized I had to either grow or die. And honestly, God, I really was living on my mom's couch because her guest bedroom, you couldn't stay in that room. So I was literally on her couch, and that was it. That was the ultimate humiliation. So I had to take control of my life. Well, really, it was all over. There was just nothing else. It was either like give up and get a job, or try something else, or figure it out and make money in a cool way that's actually rewarding. Well, I'm not an employee type. And some of you that know me know there's no way that was going to work. So I did the thing that most people won't ever do. Took action on an idea and implemented it immediately. And that made all of the difference. And the idea was what you're going to hear about actually in just a few minutes. And the person that most of you know, the person that actually gave me the idea was my friend Gina Gaudio-Graves. Because Gina was like, can you do this thing, Ken? I'm like, probably. And I called my programmer. I said, Matt, can you make this work? And the next day we had a prototype. And from there, it just went from there. Okay. I got committed to producing only top quality services and focusing on value first. No hyper gimmicks. And think Steve Jobs here. And my team actually calls me Steve, especially when we're going to do a launch or something, because I'm such a perfectionist that I drive them all crazy. But the fact is, I want to do things right. Okay. And I'll tell you, by the way, that's not always the best thing. Sometimes you just want to get out and get the product out there, even if it's not perfect. Okay. I invested money I didn't have to buy super good marketing courses from the legends. And also the guys that are crushing it today, like the Frank Kearns and John Benson, who's one of my heroes. So important that you actually put stuff into action. And I was committed to following their teachings and no shiny bright objects. I mean, I had to actually have blinders on and stop looking at other things that would take me out of my way. And that was a big important lesson. The rest at this point is history. I've created multiple online conferences and summits, such as the World Speaker Summit, World Cairo Conference, World Info Mastery Summit, World Authors Conference, and coming up in 2 weeks, the Poolside Profits Party workshop, which you are going to love to hear about. We'll be telling you about that one. You'll be getting some emails over the next few days. But we're actually doing a virtual event by the pool, and we have experts from all over the globe that will be talking about how to build your business. And we're doing it it's a live hangout with interviews. It's going to be so different than anything you've ever experienced. That's the evolution, my friends. That's the evolution of going from like living on mom's couch to now living in Thailand and doing, super cool events. Okay. I've done webinar series with industry experts. And now I live the Codepreneur lifestyle. It came from making a commitment. It came from taking action. And it came from being not willing to stay down, and it comes down to knowing your why. Now, for me, it's all about the Excalibur Society, which is our travel the world 4 times a year, exclusive coaching group, if you will, mentoring, lifestyle adventure group. And it's so fun. We're going to Nepal. We're going to be going to Iceland, the Great Wall of China, the Galapagos. It is about living that lifestyle and having fun and learning along the way. That's what it's all about. So in the middle here, you're looking at Burma, at Myanmar, you're looking at Thailand, you're looking at Nepal. It's a cool thing. Guys, we are living in an amazing time right now. We've got the greater ability to reach people at a lower cost. It's never, ever been cheaper. For those of you that are familiar with Ann Devere, I'm in Ann Devere's course on Web TV, and what we're learning, I had a Web TV show about 4 or 5 years ago. I guess closer to 5 or 6 years ago. And to do that show, it nearly killed me because we had very expensive equipment. I had to send video to overnight video back and forth to Washington to video editors, on and on and on. We're doing things on tape. Now you can do a TV show for like $300 worth of equipment and live stream it like right this minute. It's incredible what we can do right now. Blows my mind. The cool thing is we have no global limitations. So, for example, right now I'm coming to you from Thailand. We're, amazing, right? That's the cool thing. Here's the challenge, though. That the average person, I talked to you about these affiliate marketers earlier, this is their life. They have no idea what their name is, and I mean like who they are, and they have no idea what they're doing or who their market is. So what they do is they focus this way. Okay? They don't even get close to the bullseye. Now, Jack, you and I in our mastermind, we talked about, I talked about all roads lead to Rome. For those of you that have heard of the vortex method, the center here is the most important place to be, and these people aren't even close to it. They don't even know what it is. That's the way most marketers play. What we do is we get very, very targeted, and that's the key to your success, my friends. So you want to be as targeted as possible, and the way to get there is this. You got to be focused on our why. What is behind our passion? I'll give you a perfect example. And I just watched a TED video about this just about an hour or so ago. So I'm super passionate about this right this minute because I just spent a whole bunch of time going through it, and I'll be sharing this on our blog after I get to write it up. But here's the bottom line. Okay, we can sell you a computer that does all these technical things, or we can sell you the passion about changing the world with the computer like Apple does, and you'll create raving fans that will not stop talking about you. It's the why. It's why do you do what you do? What's behind your passion and so on. So Julianne, you're a very, very passionate person about what you do. Catherine, same thing with you. Okay, Robert, with you too. Lynn, all of you have these passions. You've got to understand why you do what you're doing. Why do you do these weird stuff why are you on this webinar with us today? What's behind all that? People look at me and they go, Ken, you're working so much. I do. I work a lot. It's 2:00 in the morning right now here in Bangkok, and I'm thrilled to be with you. I run our coaching programs. Our Trailblazer program starts for me at 3 a.m. every Tuesday morning for me. We're on live at 4 a.m. I get up at 3. I'm in the pool at 3:30 to make sure I'm awake, and I swim some laps. And at 4 a.m. from 4 to 6 a.m., my Trailblazers meet with me for 2 hours because I got people from Switzerland to Sydney, Australia. Okay? Why do I do that? Because I love it. Because I love helping people change their lives. What's your why? I want to give people a different perspective on living so that they can change the world on their own terms and live their life on their own terms. Is it crazy to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Of course it is. But my why is the passion, and that's what drives me. Most people don't have that. Most people don't know what it is. And when we do our events, for example, poolside, for example, we're talking about doing virtual events that no one's ever done anything like before. Like having a virtual freaking pool party. And by the way, we'll be actually doing it in Los Angeles now rather than just virtual. So we're going to invite people to come and actually physically watch us at the pool. And we'll be having guests that are actually going to be there with me live, where we've never done that before either. So this is completely different from an experience standpoint, and it's about giving that experience to people. That's my why. What's yours? And if you know what it is, pop it in the chat. That'd be nice to see. But that's the foundation for everything that we do. Okay? Really, really important. And once you know your why, then we can go into profit maximization. And there are 4 pillars to doing that. But I want you to understand that this is the foundation for your success right here. Okay? So 4 pillars of maximizing your profit. One of them, number 1, is engagement. And that would be for bloggers, authors, content providers, and so on. The key to your success is going to actually be having your people engage with you. If they're not engaged, they're not customers. So engagement is extremely important. I'm going to dive deeper once we get past these. Number 2 is what I call engagement part 2, leveraging video. Video is super important in today's marketplace. Okay, it's more important than ever before because we are again in this short attention span theater marketplace. And when you have YouTube that's playing on your side, a lot of people don't even have TV. I don't have a TV. I mean, there's a TV sitting here that's unconnected, and there's no cable. So I get Apple TV and I stream from my Mac through the TV, and I watch either Netflix once a month or I watch YouTube videos. YouTube videos, really important. Part 3 of leverage, of engagement rather, is leveraging affiliate relationships or affiliate offers. Lots and lots of money there. And by the way, if you say that you're not an affiliate marketer, then you don't understand all of what you do, because I guarantee you are an affiliate marketer in so many ways, even if you're selling only your proprietary stuff. I'll show you why in a minute. And last but not least, magnetic marketing. Here's where we talk about retargeting and remarketing, where you actually get to multiply your business automatically. Okay, automatically. So cool. I love you, Julianne. That's fantastic. Okay, so let's keep going here. I would love to interview you. Okay. Are you going to be in LA? Fantastic. I'll get to see you. That's great. Okay. So anyway, you know where your lab coat? I want to know. So let's talk about part 1, the key to success in business and in life. The key to success in business and life is, ladies and gentlemen, one giant word. Anybody have an idea what that is? You might just pop that in the chat. The key to success in business and life, one giant word. No, Bill, it is not sex. But it's helpful. That's the key to a good marriage. Okay, what do you think it is? Commitment, Guru Mantra says. What else? Anybody else? The key to business and success in life? Anybody want to jump in and guess? I won't embarrass you. Joy. Happiness. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's relationships. That's where joy and happiness comes from, right? And commitment's part of a solid relationship. It's all of your relationships. That's the key to it all. Without relationships, you can't do joint ventures. Without relationships, you don't get people buying anything. It's all about that relationship, fundamentally. So we've got to create healthy, solid relationships. How do you do it? Well, let's talk about this. You can start out by creating your own content and posting it online, which for some people is extremely hard and takes a long time. Okay, some of you do not want to write to save your life. You don't want you. It's not your passion. It's what you like. I know, Lynn, you got a book coming out, so that's perfect for you. But some people don't feel that way. So that's the hard way for some. I'm a writer, by the way, so to me that's easy. But the other way is to curate content on your site. Easier, much easier for a lot of us. Now, curation is something that should be near and dear to someone's heart on this call, right, Jack? Since Jack did create Curation Soft, which I love. So curating content is super easy on your site because all you do is find relevant content. I'll give you some rules in that in a minute, and you can totally pipe in on this one too, Jack, because obviously it's your forte, one of your many fortes. But that's much easier, certainly. But you got to follow some important rules. Some ground rules on curation. Number one, it's got to be relevant and meaningful. You just don't put stuff up there that's like, because if it doesn't match the needs of your audience, then you're just throwing crap up against the wall. More important than that, though, is interesting is a so what. Remember back in the old days when you used to get the joke of the day and you thought that was pretty cool, and after a while it started to fade? Well, that's what I'm talking about here. Okay, you've got to actually provide content that's really helpful, stuff that's actionable, so that next week after it's like, yeah, that was fun, he keeps sending me stuff that's interesting, but you know what, I don't have time for it. I want you to be able to send stuff that people actually have to use and want to use so that it is helpful to them, that they're like, what's the next tip that'll make me money? That's the idea. Now, make me money is relevant to entrepreneurs perhaps, but if you are all about building self-esteem or dating or whatever else, whatever your topic area is, it's got to be relevant to that. So, for example, if you're about horse breeding, then maybe you create tactics on how to better feed your horse or take care of your horse, or cost savings for your horse. Helpful things. You follow? Relevant. Provide value. And last but not least, you got to give proper credit. If you don't do that, you're plagiarizing. Those are fundamental elements of running a blog. Got it? Okay. So those are some basic fundamentals. Now, people mess it up, and I want to show you how they mess it up. And I shouldn't say they mess it up, but they mess it up. The more you know about it now, the more you'll realize that people are throwing super amounts of money away on their blogs. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Actually, let me show you what I'm talking about right now before I even get to part two. Let's give you a real life example. You guys ready? You guys ready for this? Pop in the chat. Let me know before I go. I wouldn't want to shock anybody here. You guys ready? Come on. Okay, let's go. All right. So this is a blog called Niche Pursuits, and Niche Pursuits. This guy does a really nice job. His name is Spencer Hawes, and for those of you that are familiar with iBoostify SiteWrap, which I'll show you in just a few minutes, what we do is we help people keep people on their sites for longer, and they stick like glue, and it helps you make a lot more money, and it just changes the way you do all of your marketing. It's super cool, and it's strategies, the same kind of strategy that Huffington Post uses and Forbes.com uses, some of the big guys, except for them, they're spending like tens of thousands of dollars on the technology, and we built it for a fraction of it. Okay. So anyway, I wanted a blog post that would be relevant to validating why time on site's important and why you should actually spend money and buy SiteWrap. So I found this article, and it's a pretty good article. Okay. And so I can write it myself. I don't know all the things that this guy knows. And so I wanted to leverage that. So what I did was I curated it. Here's a curated article. Okay. It's beautiful. It's blank. Here we go. Okay. So here's a curated article. And, what I did was I didn't write the article, but I wrote 2 paragraphs above it. And I didn't write War and Peace, my friends. All I did was I found this article, and here's why I was compelled to share it with you. Okay? That was it. I mean, 2 short little paragraphs. Shouldn't take you very long at all. Very simple to do, not a lot of time. Then I copied the article, kept the links in it, although I did a few things with the links that you'll see in a few minutes. So what I did, I even took a screenshot of his own article. And at the end of it, I gave him credit, and I asked for comments. Okay, so I sandwiched it, basically. I did something at the beginning and something at the end. Now, if you know Jack's already taught you how to do this even better than I do, because he's the master. All right, but that's the basics on running curation for those of you that haven't experienced that yet. Okay, so real simple. I don't have to do all the work. I let this guy Spencer do all the heavy lifting. The challenge is, and you'll see in a few minutes, why Spencer goofed. I mean, he's a pretty bright guy. I don't know him, but reading his article, he seems pretty bright. Except that what he's doing is throwing everybody off of his website. Every link he's got on there is sending people somewhere else. And the poor guy is not building time on site. He's actually throwing away his audience. Sit tight, and probably about in 15 minutes or so, you'll get to see exactly how he's screwing it up. Big time. Huge. Okay? So now let's go to engagement part 2, which is about leveraging video. Now, as I said earlier, video is super important, and YouTube especially. So considering that it's like the second largest search engine out there, you really want to be using YouTube. Here's the thing about YouTube. YouTube loves us. They really do. They want videos up there so much that, did you know they actually have a TV studio in California? They do. I think there's also one in London, and I believe there's one in Tokyo. But they've got one in LA. And you can actually use it. You can book it if you have at least 10,000 fans. Okay, I think it's 10,000 is the magic number. So I think it's either 10 or 1. I think it's 10. Anyway, make a long story short, they want to help you because the more users they've got, the more advertising they can sell. So here's the key to YouTube engagement. Okay, we know that Google and YouTube are sleeping together because Google bought them, and they're so happy they did. We also know that YouTube videos can be addicting, and they are. I mean, I will spend hours watching YouTube videos. In fact, the reason why I bought the studio is for people to actually create content and make YouTube TV series and TV shows. They're short, they're pithy, they're wonderful, they're funny, and they're addicting. Okay? People respond to video very easily. We just know that, right? So here's the thing. Big gift from them. You can actually have your viewers click on your video to buy directly on that video. So when you run your video trailers, you can say, click here to subscribe. You can say, click here to opt in. You can click here to buy. You can do all that stuff. There's just one little challenge. You can only have them come to your website. You can't have them go somewhere else. So if you want to take them to Target for a special deal at Target or to affiliate offer or whatever else it is, you can't do it because what Google does is they actually have you put a little code on your own website. So they'll check and see, is it going to you or is it going somewhere else? Now that may seem kind of bad, except for the fact that if you had a site that was for babies, for example, and someone wanted to link your site to a porn site or something, that wouldn't be very cool. So Google tries to maintain, or YouTube rather, tries to maintain the integrity. So they want to make sure that you're only linking to your own stuff, plain and simple. All right. So it's not a big deal, but it's a big deal if you want to sell other people's stuff. Well, let me tell you, we fixed that one up really good. You see, here's the thing. They have something called an associated website. And if you look here on the screen, you'll see you can link to it right there. You do what's called an annotation, and it looks just like this on the web page. You do this when you edit your videos. And then you want to put a link in. So you click the link button, and they're checking. They're checking to see whether on this website, for example, on boostyourpractice.com, which was our chiropractic and health site, whether or not we actually had the code on that site, and they check right there live. If they can't find the code, they won't let you do it. That's the way it works. Okay, so you got to understand that we need to find a way to solve that problem so we can go to other people's sites as well and leverage it. Okay, and that's one of the ways we leverage affiliate offers. Now, I want you to think about affiliate offers, and I want you to think about it with a big mind shift. You see, because here's the thing. Okay, you've heard of Target, right? And if you're in the U.S., and even if you're in Australia, there's Target there too. You've heard of Macy's, one of my favorite stores, or maybe you've heard of Neiman Marcus. Perhaps you've heard of Harrods in London, or perhaps you've even heard of Maserati or Rolls-Royce dealers. Well, I want you to understand something, my friends. They are affiliate marketers. They are. Why? Because they sell other people's products. Affiliate marketers sell other people's products. The difference between you and Target or Macy's is the fact that they've got to pay for floor space and rent. They got to pay for security, and they got to pay for shrinkage, and they got to pay for liability insurance, and they got to pay for financing their inventory in the gazillions of dollars. Oh, they got a lot of risk. What do you got as an affiliate marketer in a digital environment? You got nothing. You're like on consignment. It's beautiful what we got. Affiliate marketers get a different name because they don't see themselves as Macy's, Target, Harrods, whatever. Or, by the way, the Apple Store. Because Apple sells all sorts of stuff that's not their own. All the headsets that they sell and the speakers that they sell and the hard drives that they sell, 99% of them are non-Apple brand. It's somebody else's stuff. They are affiliate marketers. So I want you to think about this. You got to think like those guys. You got to think like those guys. So let me ask you this question. Here's where I need you to participate again. Why do you shop at Macy's or Target or your favorite store? What creates that relationship for you? Why do you shop at those stores? What's the basic reason why you shop at your favorite stores? Pop in the chat. Let me know.
Well, I know that women around here are extraordinarily passionate about Target.
I love Target.
In this little town, we used to have one, and then it went away. It was one of the older stores, and they didn't build one of the newer stores. They just went away, and people just about lost their mind.
Wow.
I mean, I mean, I'm like, really? Because that's all you do there is spend money. So, like, it can't be, like, but, you know, and they compare it to other stores. They had, Target's got a really, really, really strong brand and
they
really
do.
Strong draw.
They do.
I've seen that firsthand.
They do. I mean, I don't shop at Walmart. I'm a Target guy. I love Target.
But
Julianne,
but they both sell the same product.
I know, but I'll tell you what it is in a minute. Julianne says, I trust them to have great stuff. Lynn says, typically have what we want or need, or we get a gift card. Guru Mantra says, a rewarding customer experience, and you win the prize. Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is the customer experience. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Okay, it's the customer experience. Now, all of what you've said, you trust them to have the right product and the right prices and all that, but it's all about your customer experience. Why do people line up in the middle of the night and camp out in front of the Apple store? It's because when they walk into that store, there's the experience of being a Jedi, of being an Apple customer. You control that experience and you win big. But if you don't control the experience, what do you have? That's the giant challenge that we have, guys. That's the big challenge you have as a marketer online, as a marketer having a retail store, as anybody that does business. Remember, it's about relationships and the experience. So you control that, you win hugely, because most people don't control it. Okay? And Julie, it's not always wise to trust. Yeah, well, you want to be a little bit skeptical on everything, don't you? I mean, at the end of the day. So anyway, you control the experience, you win big. So I want you to remember that. It's super important. And when it comes down to the next piece of this, and by the way, this is all going to get wrapped up in a big bow in just a couple minutes. Magnetic marketing is our last piece, or our last pillar. Multiple impressions can increase your sales by up to 10-fold. Now, if you've ever been to a sales training, excuse me, they've told you that saying hello is not, you can't close somebody on hello. It's sort of like going out on a date. You don't just say, hi, I'm Ken. Want to go to bed with me? Not going to work too well. Okay. You've got to wine them and dine them, and it's multiple impressions that actually will ultimately create that relationship. It's the same thing online. It's the same thing in any kind of relationship. You've got to have at least 7 or so impressions to be able to get your results. Okay. So we're going to talk about multiple impressions and magnetism. I'm going to give you an example. This gorgeous lady is Marie Forleo. I adore her. Marie is a really, really bright lady. Her big program that she's known for is called B School, and she ran a launch on B School a few months ago. So I decided to check out her website and see what she was doing, because she's got, aside from the fact that she's just beautiful to look at, she's got a great website. I mean, it's gorgeous, and apparently it converts because she's not changed it in a while. I mean, she's had the same look and feel for a while, so it seems like it works for her. Anyway, I like to check out what she's doing. I like to check out what most people are doing to see from the standpoint of what can I do better that has good ideas. So I checked her out, and that was it. I left her website. Bingo, done. Except that Marie happens to be a stalker. She does. As bright as she is, she's a freaking stalker. Because I go looking for a new kite sale here, and there she is. She's even bringing me a cup of coffee. I like the stalkers that bring you coffee, right, Jack? I mean, she's really sweet. Then I go to the next page on this website, and there she is again. And that coffee's getting cold now. And there she is again, and again, and again. Now she's got her voodoo hands here, trying to manipulate me here. And she's twice on this page. What is she doing? She's retargeting me. And you've seen this all over the web. I want to give you an example of it. This is the magic of retargeting. This is a YouTube video. I'm watching the Academy Awards, and SurveyMonkey is retargeting me. And over here, someone sent me a link to this really cool video on a Ferrari pit stop. It's wild. And I'm watching the video, and I look up at this really ugly ad. I mean, it's just butt ugly. It also happens to be from one of the brightest marketers on the planet, a guy by the name of Frank Kern. And he says, I'm not really sure why you didn't take me up on getting a copy of my new book for free, but I'm giving you a second chance. What Frank didn't realize is I did buy his book, okay? You pay for the shipping on it because it was a physical book. But here's the thing. Frank didn't care because, you see, he doesn't pay for this ad unless I click on it. And since I already bought it, I don't need to click on it. So it's a free ad for him. It's a free impression for him. And so why not? And by the way, it's ugly, but it captured my attention because guess what? The yellow and black converts. That's why you have yield signs that are yellow and black. People see them. So the power of retargeting is ridiculously amazing. Okay, here's why. The average website conversion rate is a little more than 2%, which means that nearly all the people that come to your site for the first time leave without doing anything, without any form of your desired action. 98%. And actually, it's worse than that. I just gave you a nicer statistic so that you wouldn't go, nah, he can't be serious. But it's true. The vast majority of people will not take action, period, end of story, and they're gone. Well, here's the thing. The average click-through rate for display ads, like the ads that you've seen, the graphical ads, is 0.07%. Okay, and these are all statistical numbers, right? The average click-through rate for retargeted ads, though, is 10 times that at 0.7%. So teeny little amount before, 10x improvement by simply retargeting. Why? Because you're in their face. You're seeing them. People are seeing it over and over and over again. And finally, they're like, this must be important stuff. And that's what people do with retargeting. Here's what makes it so super important. 72% of e-commerce shoppers abandon their shopping carts. 72% gone. They never finish the transaction. Why? Well, because the baby's crying, or the cat jumped on the desk, or you know, someone's at the door, or whatever. Okay, your boss comes by and you got to close up your screen. You know, but people, 72% leave the shopping cart. They don't buy. Now, without retargeting, only 8% come back to finish the order. Only 8%. But when you add retargeting, it serves as a reminder. Okay, constantly reminding them, which means that 26% return to buy the product, which is a 325% improvement from 8% to 26%. That, my friends, is gigantic. Think about what that would do to your bottom line right this minute. And by the way, there's nothing else you got to do. All you got to do with retargeting is you build an ad, you put the code on your website, and I'll show you how to do that pretty quickly and easily, and you count the money. That's effectively it. It's not that hard to do, but people don't do it. Retargeting can boost your ad response up to 400%, and we showed you 10 times. So, I mean, the numbers are all over the place, but up to 10x is your results. Okay, here's the thing. You can't do it unless you can actually control your website or control visitor access. That's it. You can't do retargeting on another product or service that you're marketing. Until now. Let me give you a case study of what I'm talking about. This is gigantic. Okay. Let's look at our intrepid blog curator. Okay. Our boy Spencer. He's doing a great job, like I showed you. But as I said to you earlier, he's throwing away his visitors every single day. He is. Absolutely. And I'm going to show you how he's doing it. That was my code to come back here. So Spencer takes you on a little journey here, and he has links in here. So let's go ahead and click on, I think it's the link I want to show you here. So you click on a link, and now what happens is you are gone from his website. I got a slow connection here. But you're now off his website. You got a cute little picture of this guy on a green screen, and there'll be a pop-up coming up here in a second. But the bottom line is we are now off of his site. Bam, there's a problem. Now, you may be familiar with what I call the 3-4 rule, but this is very important. You want to write this down. Google wants to see you on site for at least 3 minutes and visiting like 4 pages. Those are, you know, kind of average numbers. There's a range, okay? So that way they're seeing engagement, and that's how Google measures you for success. It's actually getting engaged with the audience, and they measure you by time on site, and they measure you by the number of pages that you go visit, right? So super important. What happened here, though, is our boy Spencer sent me over to this Matt Cutts article. Now, I'm sure it's a very valuable article, except for the fact that I'm gone, and he just lost me. What we do is a little bit different. What we do is on that same article, let's see if I can find his link here. There we go. we go ahead, we take you to the same place. However, I don't want to lose you because I love you so much. I don't want to lose you. So what we do is we send you the same article, but we keep it on our own website. What we do is we actually wrapped our brand, here's our header, around that website, you see? So you're still at totalpreneur.com, but in this case, this article appears still on our own site. So there's what happens with our boy Spencer, okay? And here's what we do. We're still on our website. Kind of cool, huh? And by the way, if I want to go back to the article, I can go right back by clicking the button over here, and it'll take me right back. Actually, I put the wrong link there, so it did take me back to Matt Cutts. But I can go right back to the article or wherever I want to go. Okay? So that's the difference, how he's screwing it up. And he loses the customer, completely loses the customer. Okay? Not so smart. And that's what they're doing. I see this all the time. All the time. And the smartest marketers doing it.
Tradition.
Yeah. Well, you know,
bucking tradition, Ken. Everybody used to. That was a hallmark of a really super good blogger.
That's right.
Would link out to other people so that people would link back to him or her, except that everybody's linking to each other and nobody's making any sales.
Yeah.
So we did really, really good in the search engines, but our calls to action were getting passed over by this really, really awesome content that we were linking to, but necessarily also losing the people who never got to see our calls to action.
Yep, throwing them away. And like I said, the funny thing is that we have some really super smart people doing the exact same thing. If you heard of AppSumo, the guy that runs AppSumo, doing the same thing. So I sent him an email. I said, look, I got something for you. And I was actually giving him our software because, why wouldn't you give one of the biggest influencers the software? So I shot a little video for him in the pool, sent him an article. I sent him an email. And he's like, so what's it all about? I said, well, watch the video. Make a long story short, he wouldn't watch the video. He wouldn't read the email. And it's like he basically told me not to bother him. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to save you a lot of money, make you a lot of money. He wouldn't even listen. Amazing. What the people, amazing. Blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. Anyway, yeah, I was like totally crazed on that. So case study number 2, YouTube. YouTube, all right? So the thing about YouTube is that what you want to do is, remember I showed you or talked to you that with this associate website thing. What would happen if we did the exact same thing that we did a second ago, where we actually put the affiliate information on our own website? So we link to our own site. For example, if you want to take someone, like you're doing a review of Target, for example, wouldn't it be cool like to send someone to Target, but have them actually go to your website instead of Target? Well, if you're going to review something on Target and you want to send them to Target, well, that's fine. Let's send them to Target. Oh, are we at Target? I think we are, but we're also still at the Institute for Totalpreneurship. So now you can go shopping at Target, but you're still on our own website. And in your case, it would be your branding on your own website. And the only time that you leave it is when when you're actually ordering something and they pop you to a secure place, and you'll pop out. At which point, who cares? Because you're getting paid. There's Target. By the way, I'm going to get ahead of myself, but I just want to share it. There's CNN. So if you're looking for some bad news, you want to be depressed, you come right over here. You can be depressed for hours. And if you're going to be depressed, I'd rather be depressed on, well, really, I don't want to be associated with it. But bottom line is that you can at least be on my site for a long time, so I get the benefit of the Google search. So here you go. And by the way, I can go from link to link to link. And it's all staying on my website, right? So the nice thing is that with my videos now, I can have all of the links that I'm putting on here go to my own site, as long as what I do is I call it wrapping. I wrap the destination into my own page, which is super cool. No one else can do that but us, right? Now, I got to talk to you about Guru Bob, because this is a really important one, and it freaked him out. It might freak you out too. So Guru Bob is a real person. Bob is not his or her name, but Guru Bob is a truly real person. I was with Guru Bob up in Chiang Mai, Thailand, about a year and a half ago, and I watched. I'm going to use it as a male adjective here, or pronoun or whatever the heck. I'm just going to call him a him. Anyway, he earned $24,000 affiliate commissions in a weekend. I watched all weekend long as he, on Facebook, mind you, he's running ads and he's running posts, and he's cracking up the sales on a $1,000 product over the course of the weekend. Blew me away. I mean, really impressive. So we're dancing the happy dance together. Of course, I didn't get any of the money, but I'm dancing the dance with him anyway because he's a friend. That was fine until he found out what he was losing. You see, because here's the deal. It was a $1,000 product, and he got a 50% commission on it. So that with $24,000 of commissions, that meant there was $48,000 of gross sales at $1,000 a piece. He generated 48 sales. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, on a $1,000 product over a weekend, that's really impressive. I mean, really, really, really good. But let's analyze this. How many leads or clicks do you think it takes to get 48 sales of a $1,000 product on Facebook, where people don't go to buy stuff, they go to hang out with each other? I'd say it's pretty much a lot, right? So a 1% conversion rate, if it was just 1%, would be 4,800 people. But even 1%, I think, is high. Let's just look at maybe a 0.5% conversion. If that's the case, it's 9,600 people he'd have to get, clicks, leads to get there. Let's round it to 10,000 just to keep math simple, okay? So that means that he generated 10,000 visitors, right? But he generated them for somebody else, not for himself. Not for himself. Okay, so my question for you is, what was that all about? Google has zero idea that Guru Bob even exists. Okay, he built zero engagement. He provided zero community or anything like that, and zero Google ranking, nothing. In fact, my friends, let me ask you this. The consequences are loss of revenue or money, consequence loss of customers because he didn't even have customers. They were someone else's customers. So where was the engagement? Where was anything that he built for himself other than a paycheck? He had poor website performance and stats because he didn't have a website even involved there. Question, does he have a business? Does he? Well, I say he does, but it's not a saleable business. I mean, he's making money. So, I mean, that's fine, but he's got nothing that he can sell because he is in YouTube, Facebook's ecosphere. Can Facebook shut him down tomorrow? Oh my God, yes. Jack, do you know people that have been shut down by Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, but
we all get shut down once in a while.
Yeah. So what he is, and I don't know where I got this term from. So if it came from someone you know, let them know I'm stealing it because it was really a great term. He's a digital sharecropper. Okay, he's farming somebody else's land. He has no asset of his own, and he sure as heck can't sell it because he could be shut down tomorrow. He's living in a huge world of risk, and by the way, he continues to do this. Okay, he just keeps playing in that ball game. The good news is at least he's doing a few things different now that I taught him what to do. See, because without a website, he could not use any exit pop-ups to build a list, but his JV partner could and did. He built no assets. He built no equity. So Guru Bob made his JV partner rich. And the product was called Sky Builder. Okay, made his JV partner rich. It was a giant launch. And with launches, the reason why you do a launch is so you can build your list. You don't usually make a lot of money on the launch. You make your money at the back end of that. So for Guru Bob, ignorance was bliss. He was still happy making $24,000 until I told him what he was doing. Okay. See, we know that retargeting can explode your profits by over 300%. I showed you that a few minutes ago. And by the way, you can Google that. I did not make those numbers up. Those stats are all over Google. But unless the offer's on your page, you can't do it. So this means you can't retarget any affiliate stuff at all. Kiss those profits goodbye, which is exactly what he did. But what if you could have it all? Ta-da! What could Guru Bob really have made? Let's take a look. Okay. First of all, those 10,000 visitors that he would have gotten with an exit pop-up, what percentage of people actually fulfill exit pops? Okay. Well, if you had a good exit pop with a great offer on it, you should be able to do 20, 30%. But let's just say he would have grown his list by maybe 10% that opted in. Okay. Excuse me. So 10% of 10,000 people would have been about 1,000 new members. Now that's great, especially when you recognize that there's actually a valuation to members on a list. On an active list, you're looking at $1 per member per month of actual real value that the list is saleable at. Okay, So that should be what you're bringing in, about $1 a member per month. So he should have been bringing in about $1,000 a month of additional revenue from that list growth, which is 12 grand a year, or 50% of what he was doing on the $24,000. Not bad, except he didn't. All right. Couldn't do it because he didn't have a list. Potential retargeting results are even more staggering. Assuming just a 3x conversion increase, and you've seen numbers going from 325% on up to 10x, okay, that would have meant the 48 sales that he had would have grown by 3 to 144 sales, or $144,000 gross, of which he gets half. That's a $72,000 increase in income. So his initial sales were 24, 72,000 from the retargeting, which would have been 96,000 in sales, plus the $12,000 a year additional in membership, or in the value of his members, of the people on his list, brings the grand total, it's not 24,000, but to $108,000 of income that he would have made by simply retargeting using the strategies I'm going to show you how to do. I mean, oh my gosh. So yeah, you think he was a little bit freaked out when I showed him those numbers? Oh, he was. He was. And he's doing it now, because what choice does he have? You know, at this point, he was like, I can't believe you're showing me this. So now here's the thing. You can control your visitor access. You can maintain those relationships. You can have them stick to you like glue. Yeah, that's it. Like glue. And you can make money like crazy, more money like crazy. Okay. And the solution is super cool. How is it possible? It is the marvels of modern technology that we put together, and Matt, my programmer, made it all work. We took Gina's dream and we turned it into our reality. Now, I got to warn you, I'm going to share the system with you, but for those of you that know me, I tend to be incredibly enthusiastic. So when you see how easy it is, you'll probably get excited about it too. Now, Jack saw this. He went off the wall. Remember that, Jack? We were on that webinar together. He was like, oh my God, I didn't know it really did this. So let me show you what it's all about. And we'll even show you what some of Jack's stuff looks like too. Okay. So in fact, I want to just demo exactly how we do one of these things. Okay. So let's see. Let me share with you exactly what I'm talking about. Let's say that you wanted to run an affiliate offer. Now, actually, Julianne, you're in Ann DeVere's course, right? Is that right? You're doing the video course. Anybody else doing Ann DeVere's course with me? I know a few of you are. So I found something the other day that will really be helpful for you. Okay, it's some green screen stuff. Okay, she's like, capital yes. All right. So if you're going to do green screen, and what that means is that you can put backgrounds behind you on your TV show. You want to have backgrounds that are cool, right? So I found this offer for these amazing video templates that will actually be backgrounds of your green screen. So here's the link for that. I get 50% instant commission when you go buy this if you use my link. Now the average person's going to take the link from JVZoo or wherever you do use an affiliate offer, and they'll put it on their website, and you'll go straight to that site, and that's it. You know, so the guy that has that link is going to get the traffic. They're going to get the exit pop-up. They're going to get all that. You're going to get maybe paid $15, but you get nothing. You don't build anything. But let me show you what we're going to do. All right, we're going to go to my site, and what we'll do, actually, you know what? Let's time this. You guys want to see how long it takes to actually do this just in like real time? Okay, so yeah, this is perfect. Yeah, Lynn's in too. All right, great. So Jack, you got a stopwatch or a watch with a second hand or something, or an iPhone that you can time me on?
Yep.
Okay, let me know when you're ready, and we'll all right, I am ready to go right now. Ready?
Go.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so here we are, my friends. We're going to give the page a title. So I'm going to call it Wrap Green Screen, and I've got it here. So let's see if I can do it right like that. I take the URL that I got from JVZoo, and I'm just going to paste it right in there. And then I'm going to put in the link for the banner, because the banner at the top, I can tell you where I want it to go after if they want to go back to homepage, right? So in this case, I'm going to send them to our iBoostify SiteWrap product, which is what I want all of you guys to be using. All right, the rest of it is all defaulted. The zoom level, which relates to the way the website produces on your site, the top image, which is our header image, the height of the image, and the color of the image, all of that is defaulted. Here is really where the magic takes place. Right here for AdWords retargeting script or AdRoll or Perfect Audience. That's Facebook. You take your retargeting script from either your AdWords campaign or your Facebook campaign, and you paste it in here just like that. Bam. click the button, and we're done. And now your retargeting set up, your page is set up, and all we're doing is waiting for the technology to do its little stuff, little gremlins in the background running around, and we're done. Well, how long was that, Jack? We're now officially finished.
59 seconds.
Yes, I did it in less than a minute. Fantastic. Okay, let's take a look at the page. So let me just go ahead and click over here, and I'll show you what it looks like. The baby's been born in less than 1 minute. Okay, so here we go. And again, I'm loading slowly because I'm eating up a lot of bandwidth on a slow connection. My building is not a brand new building, so it's slower. But here it is. Here's our here's our branding on the top, and here's the actual site for this. Excuse me. And pretty soon there'll be a video that actually plays on this site. But they're still on my website, and we're looking at this amazing green screen thing right here. Okay, plain and simple, super cool, right? So there we go. All right, it's really cool. So, and actually, did I do this? You know what? This is not the amazing green screen. This is the video template for PowerPoint. I wrapped the wrong thing, but you see the point, right? And I will for those of you that are in the course, if you want to get this green screen thing, I'll send you links because I'm getting it for myself too. But anyway.
So everybody's on your site. You're still getting the minutes are ticking up in Google Analytics. Google is seeing people still on your site, so that's helping you in search. That's helping your overall search visibility.
Yep.
And you have a return to site button, and you've retargeted them. You've dropped a cookie. That if people don't know what that means, you've dropped a cookie in their browser with that script that you pasted in at the last minute, the last 10 seconds of the 59 seconds that this took. So now you can run a retargeting campaign and say, like Frank Kern, on any site that they go to that has either Facebook ads or AdWords ads or whatever, those will be replaced. Whatever was going to show there by default will be replaced with your ad because that particular person is cookied. So,
Exactly.
Am I getting everything? Is that everything?
There may be some more. Well, you'll see. There may be some more. It's pretty good. It's really pretty. It's pretty good. In fact, you know what, Jack? You why don't you put in the chat, or I'll give you the screen because I know you're doing some wraps right now too. This is what our friend Aileen Boundy is doing. This is her site aligned with your purpose, and she's got a blog post over here, and I think this is the one that I think it's right here. Read the complete article. So you read the complete article, it goes to her blog page, whatever. And she wrapped this article as well with her own branding, which will take a little while to load. Here we go. So there's her site. There's her return home button. And again, you designed this yourself. And there's this wrapped page. They've never left her website. So she's creating a sacred space, which she says up here. And that sacred space is on her website, not someplace else. She keeps her client there. Okay, she keeps her client there. Super important. Super cool.
I did something. You click on my link because I did something totally different.
Let's see if I can find it.
Totally and utterly different. I thought I was using this exactly the way you guys do, but I did it a little different.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't seen what you've been doing with it.
While this is loading, we were running a
there it is.
4 or 5 show thing on Blog Talk Radio about how to build funnels and marketing funnels. So we wrapped the Blog Talk Radio episodes page, and if you go down and check out any one of the, so anytime we did an episode, it was like go to this one, it went straight to our player, and then we got our thing up at the top, and our thing at the top is what we're talking about in the show the whole time. On all 5 episodes or 4 episodes, we were talking about how to do this, and then people would inevitably want to know we were using lead pages. The Sales Funnel software that we were using is lead pages, and that's our affiliate link up in the top right corner.
Ah, cool. That's great.
As we were talking about it, we could send them to a legitimate other website and let them, and be able to use Blog Talk Radio's neat little tools for podcasting and everything without having to install podcast software or anything on our own site. Just go use theirs. But they're still on our site, and we were sending them. We had anywhere they went on this site, we could still guide them in the show itself. Each one of the shows said, just click on the button up at the top if you want to use the software that we're demoing right now. That is so freaking cool that everybody lost their minds over. They always had a convenient link there, and it helped in a way that Blog Talk Radio never could, which is while you're doing a live episode and everything, it's just a lot better than being able to put a raw link into the description of the show, which was your only other option. And so that's the way I wanted to pick out something, because I knew you were going to show the average examples, and I wanted to be above average.
Yeah,
so
well, you are.
Did I do that right, or are other people doing that? Because we experienced really good results with that.
You got extra credit. That's great. Yeah, I don't know a lot of people that are using it. It's funny. A lot of our beta testers are playing it really close to the vest. A lot of them are simply not telling me all the things that they're doing with it. So I would love to hear, because I know there are a couple of users here. If you're doing things that are different, I'd love to hear about that. We've got one guy, Steve Wiedemann, who's like an SEO genius. He's now using it on his own sites to start wrapping. So that's pretty cool. When you start having like the king of SEO using it, you know you've arrived. I mean, it's really pretty remarkable. And Aileen, you'll see, I'll show you the Google Analytics on her. She got time on site. I want to say it was like 37 minutes. It was ridiculous. It was like 29 or 37, whatever the heck. It was long. Her average right now is 9 minutes on site, from what we've seen on her stats. So that's gigantic, guys. I mean, it's absolutely gigantic, and that translates into money, and that's a super important thing. But let me show you something else, because I'm not sure if you're even using this one, Jack. Let's say that they come to your site and they don't buy something, that they're not interested in it. Well, you can define where you take them on this return button. This is completely your definition, okay, where you want to take them. So what if you want to take them to another offer? They don't buy this, let's sell them that. That would be something like creating a sales funnel. So I said to Matt, let's create a sales funnel. When I talked to Gina about that, she freaked out. In fact, you guys, when you get SiteWrap, you'll actually get access to our members area, of course, and you'll actually get to listen to all of our beta test conference calls, which were huge. I mean, lots of super stuff in them, and you'll get to hear people freaking out with all the things that they've been doing. It's really wild when you hear us actually brainstorm about how we built the software. But I'm going to show you real quickly how we actually can create our own little funnel. It's super cool. So you go right over here and you click on page 1, and you fill out the same stuff. Fill in the title. Come on, website, play with me. Play nice. That was not what I wanted to do. Let's see if I can get fast fingers here. Okay, let's go create funnel again. So anyway, you click that first button for the first wrap, put in the information, and then you go and click the next button, and you just go from one to the other. It just goes right down the line. And again, unfortunately, here we go. So we did page 1. I'll click it again, right? And we scroll down. I'm going to try not to hit the sidebar this time. And then put your codes in again. And by the way, you can have your codes in as a default. So if you're just going to use generic code, you don't have to fill these in each time, because it's going to be on the page regardless, right? Page 2 for the second wrap, you define that. If you're done, you can hit create my funnel now, or you can go click number 3 and bam, put that in. You can go 10 deep if you want. Now, I think that's really overkill. I wouldn't go more than 3 normally, but you can do whatever you want. You take them where you want to take them. That's the super cool thing. Now, I'll tell you what.
So I could have continued this on, right?
Yes.
I could have taken them. I could have wrapped the page to lead pages, and if they checked all of that out, clicked all through the site, and they still are on mine, they click all through the lead pages site. They can go through their funnel. They can go through all their pages, and they're still there. And I could have had a different banner up on that one though that would take them somewhere else or bring them back. Or how does the second part of this funnel work usually with the way your guys are using it?
Normally what we're doing is we're sending them, for the second one, we're sending them to another offer, okay? And then we'll send them usually to like a third offer, and then back home. So, but again, you define it. Okay. Now the top image, okay, so the top header, for example, for us it's this. I keep this the same, but you could change it if you wanted to. For me, I want it the same because I want it for branding. All I will do is I'll change the definition of where this link goes. So that's the only thing that I'll do. This is where we change it. Now, on an upcoming release, we're going to be having social media buttons on the top. We can put timers on it. We're adding a lot more to this than there currently is. So there's a lot more coming down the pike. It'll be a few months because right now we're launching our TP courses, and we've got the next conference coming up. So Matt's a bit busy with other priorities, but we've got these coming down the pike. Really excited about that. We've been talking about that a lot. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. So here's where you just change the what you call it, the actually top image. And if you want to change a background color, for example, is a whole color picker. I mean, we put all these things in to make it super easy for you to do. And like I said, I taught you
Oh, man.
how to.
I just got a great idea. Can I break in and just give you this idea?
Sure,
you guys
of course.
Can have this. This is a multi-$1,000 idea.
What's that?
You don't have to use the exact one, but you can use one just like it. So remember in JVZoo, if you guys have ever been in there, you certainly got promotions for this stuff. There's one called Video Maker FX.
Oh, yeah.
There's another one called Sketch Pro, and then there's Joel Comm came out and piggybacked on both of those with graphics that you would naturally need in making those videos that those two guys were talking about, two different products.
Right.
And then Joel Comm says, oh, well, these guys are going to need a graphics package, which consequently sold at JVZoo thousands and thousands of copies. So you've got three really super hot products. You can go into JVZoo and you can see that these three sell in the tens of thousands now. And they were #1 bestsellers on JVZoo for a long time.
Yeah.
So what if you did a funnel that sequentially took them through all three? Because Easy Sketch Pro does a little bit different stuff than Video Maker FX. So if somebody didn't want Video Maker FX, or if they did, they could still want the second one in. Yeah. Oh, you got this already. You got a wrap for this.
I wrapped it already.
You did it.
No, I wrapped. I had wrapped.
Okay.
I'd done it. I sold it. Yep, I sold it.
Right. And did you do a funnel? Did you do easy, or what did you put after?
I did it because I think Video Maker FX came out first, and I didn't even think to do a funnel afterwards. But I should have. I mean, absolutely should have, and we still could.
So I would think maybe you could take them to the next one might be Copy Sketch Pro, but then the real kicker, which was a really low-end product, but it sells a lot. It sells really, really high. Joel Comm came out with a big, giant graphics package that you need for these hand-drawn whiteboards.
It was huge. Yeah, he did.
So a lot of you guys, I know some of you here on the call, I know some of you, you've never done a funnel before in your life because, I dare say, it's difficult. It's not. There's a lot of moving parts in a funnel like you would do with lead pages, starting with a Facebook tab, then ending up with a lead pages thing on your site, and then all of that kind of stuff. I'm in the middle of doing it right now, and it never becomes ultra pleasurable. It's not. It's just something you got to do.
Yeah.
But it's very powerful stuff, and we're all willing to go through that. But if you guys wanted to get going on this, you could do it and never look back. You could always do it this way.
Yep.
And just start making funnels right here, right now with your affiliate stuff, just like this, finding a few related products. And remember also that I know that a lot of you guys don't have multiple products of your own. So, you either you got two choices here. You go and you be an affiliate for a while you're building your products, or you just start affiliate marketing now, and you'll be able to build your products whenever you can. But those are the only two choices you have to have a funnel. And now you have it without having to, create all those products yourself. And there's a lot of people out there that make a really big, and you still get to be target.
Yes.
You're the one creating the experience for people. Because one of the things that I would do on the front end of this really neat funnel that you guys really should take seriously and go find something like it for your market, where there's 2 or 3 products in a row that you can build a funnel for. But on the first part of it, make it just like those Brendan Burchard and all those guys that do those 4-day cash machine type things where they'll put out a really cool video, pure stock full of content. You can give away content all day long, right? And that's to impress the heck out of everybody. So they've already opted in to do that, and that's on a wrap page.
Yeah.
And on that wrap page is the link to the thing that you're talking about in that really cool content, and that's the beginning, really, of that funnel where it just takes people through a 3 or 4 or even 4 or more step process of all the products that they're going to need to do that really cool thing that you taught them how to do. You taught them to do something for free. You're putting together one of these really, really gravitational funnels that people love. You've seen people talk about them in the Facebook comments. They're like, this is the coolest stuff. Why are you giving this away for free? Here's my credit card. Give it to me now, that kind of stuff. That stuff really happens when these guys nail it.
They do.
And one of the things that we're always afraid of is giving away stuff. Here it would be your business to do so. Your business is to blow people's minds with the very best of your expertise, so that they are stuck there, and then the next click that they make is to a product like, so how I made that video was Video Maker FX, and here it is.
Yeah.
And then I also like to use Copy Sketch Pro because of this. And then I also like to use Joel Comm's stuff because I like a really nice, ready access set of graphics. That would be a brilliant, brilliant, profitable funnel.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. What's going to happen is that if they, here's where it really plays for you. If they don't buy Video Maker FX and they click the return button, they go to the next offer. If they buy Video Maker FX, they bounce out and they give you money. So you're great. Now you don't get the ability to get the upsells or whatever else. You're going to get paid for them, of course, but they're not on your site at that point unless they went to a secure site. That's fine. We got paid. So the beauty is if they already own Video Maker FX, or if they're not interested in it, then they go to product number 2. If they like product number 2 and they buy it, they bounce out. Again, we get paid. Life is good, right? So that's the beauty.
You bounce them back in with your emails.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. Yep.
And of course, I'm going to squeeze anybody that I'm giving really good, high-quality content.
Of course.
I'm going to squeeze them. They're going to get on a list.
Absolutely. And you know what? You can have an entry pop up because it's on your page. This is WordPress. So we're going to integrate one, but until then, you just use your own entry pop-up to come up on your screen. So when they come to visit Video Maker FX, on top of Todd Gross will be a pop-up that says, get this extra special thing from Jack or from you or whatever, right? And you bribe them for their information. Now, guess what? You've cookied them and you've collected an email from them. Hopefully you've collected an email. But guess what? You don't even need, theoretically now, you don't even need to collect their email address because you've cookied them for the retargeting. So you can continue to market them via retargeting without even having to have them opt in. Now you do want their names. You do want the list, of course. But if they don't fill it in, you still got them because you cookied them. So you win, always win. Every bit of that traffic wins, because understand that the vast majority will not opt in. You know, the vast majority will not opt in. So now you got them whether they like it or not. And by the way, we put together an infographic about retargeting. The number is like 80% or 83. No, I'm sorry, it's 87%. I think it is of the public surveyed either likes retargeting or has no opinion about retargeting. Okay, it's only like 13% that don't like it.
It doesn't hurt anybody's feelings.
No, not at all.
The thing is, it's more engaging to people. If I miss something, I want Frank Kern to chase me down on one of the sites that I'm on and go, hey, dude, I'm sure because I trust him. I mean, that's why being the target and giving people a good experience, people trust you. They love you. You gave them something really neat before, and then you come back up, you pop up on a Ferrari video page somewhere, and you say, hey, dude, I think you missed this, because if you were really paying attention or if you really took the time to look at it, you wouldn't have passed this up. And then, of course, even if you did take it up like you did on the book, it doesn't matter. You won't click on it. So that means that me as the advertiser, I'm not spending any money until somebody clicks to come back. And it's very worthwhile to click to come back to pay for that click, because these are people you know everything about. I mean, you know a lot about these people. So this retargeting couldn't be a more targeted audience than it is. And it's pennies on the dollar to do retargeting, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's super cheap. And again, you're only paying for when they click. So the beauty of it is, after they clicked, they're not going to click again if they've already bought from you. And you can target them. I mean, you can retarget by geography. You can retarget by whether they bought or not. I mean, it's so cool. And you can change your ads regularly.
Put the warning up for me.
The warning?
I get overly enthusiastic.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I know. It's great. I knew this.
I thought this was, so here's, when you first did this, and Gina explained it to me,
and
I'm like, well, I mean, I like SEO like any other dude. I mean, I'm pretty average in my, but people who are thinking about SEO would think just about the beginning, like I did, just about the time on site and all of that, and that's just automatically happening, and hardly anybody ever talks about that again after they've gotten to this point and they see the whole thing that it does. It's like, I don't even care about search engine position now, because now I know how to go out and get people, and I don't need a search engine to do it, although that's great to have that gravy traffic and everything, but you're not going to turn it down. But you don't even need to be in search at all.
Yeah.
Because we know how to go out and get people that are very targeted, and then we throw them into these things, and holy cow. I mean, it should be a feeling that if you're getting this, if everybody's getting this, there should be a sense of freedom from some of the things you feel have been tying you down and holding you back. Like, Google doesn't understand that you need to be number one in search. Or,
yeah, right.
There's all these other people competing with you. Or the bloggers tell me I have to link out of my site. Google likes that too. They want to see you linking to relevant sites. But I'm losing all the people. Well, these guys are idiots. They don't care about me, because if I link to other sites, I lose that traffic, and I don't make any money. So why am I doing it in the first place? So there's a big, big restriction or container that a lot of people find themselves in, trying to figure out why I'm doing this in the first place if I'm sending all this traffic away, and now that should be lifted.
Yeah.
So there should be a great sense among everyone that there's a lot of power in this thing. That's why I said everybody's going to have a really, really great weekend firing this up and learning more about it and putting it in place.
You guys are gonna have fun with it, and by the way, I'll tell you how to get it in a minute. But with that, you guys are also going to get 90 days in our Pathfinder program. We meet every single Tuesday, and that means that you'll have an opportunity to talk about any of the questions you got. And we're also going to set you up. I'll tell you about what you're going to get in a minute. So it's really cool what you'll have. So a couple of the things that I don't tell anybody normally, because it just tends to add more to it than people can actually digest. But again, because we're family, there are times I wrap my own pages. And, you guys that know Gina wraps her own pages because she puts the retargeting cookies in there. So you can wrap your own stuff and you don't even need the header if you want. If, in other words, you're doing it for a different purpose. For me, for example, I have another website, my credit repair product, but I didn't want to brand it on the credit repair product. I wanted to keep it in Totalpreneur, and I didn't want to rebuild a page. So what I did is I wrapped my own product without a header. And so it all fit in on my website. It was great. I kept the traffic on my site. One of the things that people do wrong when they first get started is they build tons of different websites. And what they don't do then is they don't have the economy of scale of having one site that has all the traffic. They get traffic over plenty of sites, which is what I did. So now, rather than having to rebuild the pages, I just wrap them together and they just appear on my one site, and bam, I just put everything in one place in seconds. So there's just so many opportunities that you can take advantage of, you know what? Let me tell you how you can get it, because a lot of people are asking me this question already. I see it in the chat. So let me just go ahead and help you out how to get it. So, and by the way, this is where it's going to get really fun, because I just kind of stacked the deck. I made it like a mafia offer, which is like an offer is so good you can't refuse it. So you're going to get the same system that gives you only the multi-million-dollar big boys strategies. Okay, I mean, we've seen systems that are just phenomenally more expensive that don't do it anywhere near what we do. Okay, so let me tell you exactly what it does, so they know that it's right for you. Okay, just kind of a summary. It boosts your time on site so that your rankings will skyrocket. You don't have to think about SEO, because that always confused me. Also, you'll make curation pay. All those external links now become internal links, so you remain in control. Super important. And by the way, when they're finished, you can bring them back to the same article, or you can bring them to a resource page that sells them stuff. So that's really important. You can also multiply the money you make with other people's YouTube videos, so you can dominate your niche. You can crush it with affiliate offers like I talked about. And by the way, if you like to win affiliate contests, this is a key to doing that, because when you think about it, your $1 that you spend on advertising to drive traffic really is worth at least 3 times the dollar that everybody else is spending, because you're retargeting them now. You're capturing names. You're picking up value that people can't do otherwise. And that's where you get to win. And by the way, I've won a number of awards, a number of prizes, because I've been pretty creative in my marketing. So I want you to do the same thing. You get to multiply your effectiveness. You don't have to work so darn hard to generate the income that you want. This is all about stacking the benefits. I mean, Jack gave you a bunch of different things that he's doing differently using SiteWrap. And what we find so fun is that when we get together and we have our weekly calls, people are talking about some of the different uses that they've got for it. It's really inspiring. It's really cool. And by the way, when you join today, you'll get access to all of the previous calls as well. So you can go back and actually hear the evolution of this, and get going with it. Okay. No, well, then Julianne, make sure you come to one of our sessions. Julianne says that she's not finished getting all the technology organized. So if you're technophobic, come hang out with us. We'll tell you how to use it. It's super easy. Okay, you'll get to make a bigger impact and build your tribe, which then helps you with connection. And when you connect, then you can start building referrals. And that helps you get more people and make more money and make more people and make more money. And, it just goes like that. That's super important. I mentioned the affiliate prizes. So it's really about working smarter, not harder. And so, bottom line is if that turns you on, this is specifically for you. And by the way, you guys can be an affiliate for SiteWrap. When you get SiteWrap, you become automatically an affiliate. So you can promote SiteWrap too, and that's kind of nice. We love our affiliates. And by the way, we pay our affiliates instantly because we have a special instant pay platform that we use. So I want you to not understand that, by the way. Go ahead, Jack.
Just really quickly.
Yeah.
The way that you guys can go about this. Here's something that we've been doing for the last 15 years or so. I was there the whole time. I saw it happen. Everybody will typically say in something like this whenever we talk about affiliate marketing, and then people are like, yeah, you could even promote this product. But all the people on the call were all in different niches. Julianne is not in this niche.
Nope.
How many people does she know who are on her list right now that she could even sell this to? But today is different. Today we can go out and reach. We're in every market. We're in any market we want to be in, because we can go out and very, very easily target people with Facebook ads and AdWords and all that kind of stuff. And it doesn't hinder Julianne at all to say that. To go into that market and say, you know what, I'm going to do that, because now she's been given the tools and the training to be able to just go to any market she wants to. And I think that's really important. If a lot of people are looking at this going, well, you guys could take me up on that funnel that I said. Just go for it. Go for it with the video effects and
absolutely
Pro, because you don't have to have anybody on your list that's targeted for that. You can just go out and make some extra money.
Absolutely.
Go straight to the people that you need, that really would love to have that software. And now all of a sudden you're in every market in the world you ever want to be. I think that is extraordinarily powerful. It's a huge, huge shift from what we used to. We used to have to build up our lists and all of our notoriety in our own market. And once we'd done that, we wouldn't dare say, I'm going to go tackle another market. You have to start completely over. It sucks. But now that we've got all these tools with Facebook targeting and AdWords targeting and all kinds of other ways, you can just jump into another market and instantly turn on highly targeted traffic to run through a funnel for any kind of product that you want. That's neat.
Yeah, it really is cool. And the thing about it is that you control the whole environment. I mean, that's the beauty of it. It just blows my mind. The way you get to do that. It's absolutely wild. And by the way, I'm gonna put the link in here for you, Julianne, because you were asking me about this. I'll just put it in the chat for all of you guys, because this was the amazing green screen that I meant to show you. So it's right. Whoops, hang on a second. There you go. So that's in here, and that's the actual ad for that right there. That wrapped. I just haven't sent it out to everybody yet, but that was going to go to all the people that are in Anne's thing, because you want those kind of video backgrounds. Anyway, let's go back. And so you can do it as a service. I'm doing it as a service, and I'll get paid for it. And why shouldn't I? And they'll still come to totalpreneur.com and hang around our website, which is super cool, right? So that's what I want you to make sure you're doing. Now, here's the cool thing. When you put SiteWrap on to use today, you will be able to see immediate results. Now, I shouldn't say it the way I just said it, because your results will be different. But for those, whoops, hang on a second. I'm getting audio here. Wait a minute, hang on. There we go. Wait a minute. It was playing audio in my ear. I'm sure you could have heard it, but it was driving me crazy. Okay. Anyway, Aileen Boundy, who's one of our SiteWrap users, set it up on her site. I showed you her website a few minutes ago. 29 minutes. It was 29 minutes. And I'll show you. Here we go. There it is. Those are her Google Analytics, and you will get to actually hear her discover this in one of the calls. I think it's on her second or third call. She freaked out. So you actually get to hear her when you go to the members area. Go through that 29 minutes on her wrap, and you can even see where it says wrap dash. You don't have to call them wrap pages. We do, just so I can see them. But that was what you got. 29 minutes on site, unheard of, and a brand new website. Brand new. I mean, crazy. She says her average now is about 9 minutes. What do you think? Not to 9 minutes, Jack?
Very, very good.
It's neat.
Very far above average.
It's neat. Now, similar systems are priced at $7,500 or more. And one of them is a hub site thing at $7,500 that does different things, but nothing even close to the way we run SiteWrap. Okay, there isn't even a retargeting piece attached to that. But you're not even going to pay close to that today. And I did some stuff that's super crazy. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. You can get started right now with a single payment of, what does it say here, of $297 for a full year of service. That is actually not true, because I did something significantly better. If you go to totalpreneur.com/now, you'll see it. But I'm going to tell you what it is in just a second on the next slide, I think. Okay. No, I will. I'll tell you in a minute because it's not on the next slide. We'll even help you with the installation, the setup, and we'll actually spend a few minutes with you on the phone and give you an actual setup for you if you want it. That's a $497 value. So you go to totalpreneur.com/now. I'll show you the page in a second. Let me just put it in the chat real quickly. Okay, so totalpreneur.com/now. Choose your payment option, and in this case, it's really going to be MasterCard, Visa, or whatever. You'll process through PayPal, so you can pay any way you like. Watch your email. And it says you're going to get instant access. You won't. It'll actually be manually processed by me or someone else on the team. So because we've added something different today. So I didn't know how to set it up in Infusionsoft, so I couldn't set it up that way myself. So I did it on impulse, and we're using a manual system today. So you'll get access within the next 24 hours. Just letting you know. And then plan on joining us in the next Pathfinder session that we're doing on Tuesday. It's Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, and that's a 2-hour session that we do every single week. And bring questions, and we're gonna talk about building your business. This is what the members area looks like, by the way. Actually, it looks a bit different because we're at version 1.07 right now. But you'll get access to all the trainings. And by the way, the tutorials are between 3 and 12 minutes. Really simple, really fast. So you're not going to lose any time there at all. You're also going to get access to a one-on-one strategic implementation session with me, what I call a compass seat now. And so you'll get that as well. That's like $1,000, but you're going to get that as well with me. So I didn't even tell you what the new price is yet. I'll tell you in a second. We guarantee it, of course. I mean, for those of you that know me, you don't want to take good care of you. So if you don't think it's the best investment you've ever made, tell me within 30 days. We'll give you your money back. You're gonna love this. The value is super cool. And by the way, if you do put it to use and do it exactly what we talked to you about, and your results aren't great, I'll double your money back. All I ask is that you actually use it. So don't just stick it on the shelf and come back and say, well, it's not what I wanted. No, play fair. I trust that you will. So put it to use, and once you'll get addicted to wrapping pages. It's so much fun. It's so cool because you're doing stuff that nobody else can do, right? Bottom line, if you're not thrilled with it, let us know. You get your money back. We go on as friends, plain and simple, okay? But I will ask you 3 questions. And by the way, anybody who says they do no questions asked refunds are crazy, because I want to know what's going on. You always want to know what's going on, don't you? So we ask you 3 questions. What happened? What should have happened? And how can we make it right? Because I want to make sure that you actually get the results that you want. Doesn't that not make sense? So all this, no questions asked. Yeah, that means we don't care about you. We just want to crank it. Okay. So that's cool. Let's see. Can I say more about affiliate marketing for SiteWrap with an audience that's not your main target? Yeah. Let's address that on Tuesday, Julianne, because that's going to be more of something that other people can benefit from. Okay. Because that's a whole different ballgame, and I want to make sure that we keep focused for your business, for your main business. Okay.
Julianne's fired up.
She is. Well, I love Julianne Blake. She is such a whippersnapper. She's great. So anyway, let's keep going here. So anyway, no kidding on that. If you want to make your marketing tons more, build an active list fast, use retargeting on products that are not yours, win with Google without even trying, and create the freedom and confidence you deserve, you are going to love this. And by the way, I put 21 days here. Your results depend upon you. I just picked an arbitrary date because it's just fast. So this is definitely for you guys. Totalpreneur.com/now. Now I think I get to tell you how much it's really going to be. Okay. Here's the scoop. It says one annual payment of $297. You're going to be able to get started within the next 24 hours installing it. Okay. You'll get 90 days of Pathfinder access. Okay. Which is our super cool weekly training with me, live. It's really fun. And by the way, for me, just understand that I do Pathfinders at 6:30 in the morning. I do that every Wednesday morning. My Wednesday, it's on Tuesday night for you in the U.S. And we do everything in Pathfinders. We talk about increasing time on site, improving your retargeting, building your list. We do case studies. We do compass seats together. It is a fun program. It leads up to Trailblazer, which is our more advanced program, and ultimately to the ultimate one, which is our Excalibur Society. So you can have a lot of fun with this at Pathfinder. Anyway, here's what we're doing for you guys today. Are you ready? You're going to get the private implementation session for $497. You're going to get, this is totally out of order, by the way. But anyway, it's over $3,000 of value. You get it for, get this, $247, one payment forever, lifetime. Now, Jack, you know we've never done this. We did $97 a year. We did $297 a year. We did $97 for $37 a month. We have never done a lifetime single payment like this. You know, that has been out of beta. We've never done that. $247 for life, one payment. I'm testing it. If it does well, we may keep it, but we probably won't keep it at $247. We'll probably keep it at like $347.
Well, the reason I think it should do well is that you guys have been around for a minute, and you've made how many updates already to this since you first started the software and everything? You've made a lot of. There's been a lot of generations, and you've talked tonight about a lot of plans that you have for the future. So lifetime access to something that's never going to change isn't that great. But lifetime access to something that was already proven with a track record that you guys are on top of all the time. I've watched you take your customers, our feedback, and make changes to this thing to help, and it just constantly evolves. So this is actually a really meaningful lifetime access thing.
Yeah, well, you know, I
love that it's happening here on my call.
I know. No one. I've not offered this to anybody other than my list, and my list only got it like 12 hours ago. And that was a small piece of it.
More special than anybody else on the internet. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I did know that. I did know that. I did know that. They're great. And by the way, there's one other piece too that you should know about. You know, if you get software from anybody else, do you ever talk to the programmer? Ever? You don't. In this case, on our last webinar, Matt was on Matt's our programmer. He was on the webinar. Matt comes in.
A lot of times it's because the programmer doesn't speak English.
Right.
Work anyway.
Right. Matt is super cool. Matt does so much for us, and he's on our webinars a lot. Why? Because A, he likes it, and B, I ask him to, because I want to make sure if there's questions that we don't have an answer to, we bring Matt on. We bring Matt on our strategy calls that we do with Gina regularly. It's like, Gina's like, can we do this? Let me ask Matt. We bring him on. So you get access. I shouldn't say it the way that I'm saying it, but we've been problems with people like, I don't know how to install it. Matt, what's going on here? Oh, they didn't follow the directions. Oh, yeah, they didn't register it. Well, of course it won't work if you didn't register it, you know. So, you know, we deal with that. We don't get support issues with people that actually follow the directions because it's super easy to use. Why? Because I designed it that way. Because I wanted to make it simple and easy. I wanted to be Steve Jobs, so I designed it that way. So here's the rest of the stuff you're going to get. This is supposed to have been a strike through, not an underline. So lifetime full access to the software. You're going to get all the upgrades and enhancements. You're going to get a private implementation session to set it up if you want. That's optional, of course. You're going to get 90 days to Pathfinder. You're going to get a special 1-hour compass session with me. It's me or my staff, but it's going to be me. I can tell you that right now because I'm going to take super care of you guys. And that's $3,042, $247 tonight. Like doing it now.
Lifetime. Okay.
Lifetime, one payment, no residual, nothing. There is no cash flow coming out of this. Okay. By the way, on the 90 days access to Pathfinder, it's $19.97 a month after that. So I'm just making sure that we're all clear about that. Okay. And since I forgot to take the slide out when you order within the next 24 hours, we will do the headers for you. We'll throw in 2 headers. So you give us your logo, give us the colors that fit your site. And then we'll just build this for you. I'll give it to my graphics team, and we'll get it back to you in a few days. So it's a $97 value. We will do that. Yeah, you know, because I want you to take instant action. And with people to be like, oh well, I couldn't put a header in, so I didn't use it. Well, that's garbage. So we just want to make sure we take away all the excuses and have you using it. What really frustrates me is that we had some of our original beta testers. They got comped. You know, we had a few people that were comped as our initial betas, and some of them, just because they got comped, they didn't use it. Well, guess what I did? I terminated them, because if you're not going to use it, I don't want you. I want you using it to take advantage. That's how I value my audience. So I want you to use it. This is kind of an incentive for you guys. So it takes away all the excuses.
Well, we sabotage ourselves so much.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why at the beginning of this, when you were talking about the why, I think that's so important, because, you know, we will come up, even with all of this no-brainer stuff, people will come up with ways to sabotage themselves. We know we're all guilty of it at one point or another, but this is just, I hate to overuse the term no-brainer, but I don't know what else to say. It's just so freaking obvious that if you're that type of person, then you're probably going to really appreciate things that are easy to do. And there are a lot harder ways to do, and you've probably tried some of them for your business to do what this does. You know, very hard ways, and then you gave up or whatever, but this is just about as easy as it can possibly get.
Oh, yeah.
To do retargeting, to keep people on your site, to set up funnels, and to be a really, really good, effective affiliate marketer, and then go into markets when you don't even have to worry about what market you're in. If you just need to raise some cash, you know, you want to do an extra $3,000, $4,000, $10,000 this month, and something's not quite ready in your business, there's nothing that's set to pop this month in your business that can do that, well, why don't you just glom onto somebody else's hard work? They put the product together, the follow-up series, the membership site, whatever it might be, and then you don't even have to worry about what market it's in, because you can go find that market and target them right away.
It was, you know,
it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, when that Video Maker FX came out, I promoted it a few times, and it was great having the cha-ching coming in. It was wonderful. And by the way, I won't, you know, just truth be told, I won't put something out that I don't like or that I don't feel is good, because I have to maintain the integrity with my audience.
Exactly. You got to stay target. If you don't stay target, then people go shop at Walmart.
Exactly. It's my family. So you got to make sure you take care of your family. And again, it's that customer relationship. So if you send them junk, you're going to lose them. So you've got to maintain that.
I don't know why I glommed onto that. Shouldn't we be using Rolls Royce and Maserati?
I think so.
I don't know why we're playing the Target and Walmart game.
You know what? The funny thing is, you know, no matter how much money I have, I will still shop at Target, because I love Target. I just love Target. And I think was it Michelle Obama that shops at Target? I mean, it's just funny. Yeah. It's just funny. So anyway,
she's out of the White House just in a disguise, just so she can shop.
I know, right? Well, you know, it's funny.
Powerful.
Just as a little aside, in terms of, you know, like shopping at places like that. So I work out at a gym, which is a good place to work out, and I actually work at the gym because they've got super fast internet. And it's the first Virgin gym here in Thailand, Virgin Active. They have 270 gyms around the world. Richard Branson's brand, right? So I'm there the other day. I'm working out, and this has nothing to do with anything other than it's kind of a teeny little tie-in. And I hear through the grapevine, because I know all the staff because I'm there every single day. The princess is coming in. The next queen in line is coming in to work out. And so now they're all freaking out, getting ready. So I actually I didn't exactly meet her, but I waved at her. She waved back at me. You don't wave at a queen or a princess, but I waved at her like, hi. And she waved back. And I realized I'm supposed to bow. So I bowed and she bowed back. It was really cute. And she's gorgeous. She's really pretty. So you know, life is just go and enjoy your life, guys. And what we try to do here with this is make something for you that would help you generate more cash, have more fun, because it's really fun doing the wraps. It's sort of like you're doing sort of stuff that no one else can do, so you feel superior. You know, you feel if you're an Apple owner, you feel like an Apple owner, like you're superior. You know, it's really neat. So there's the big why for this. Okay. So you guys have watched the entire presentation. We've been through a bunch. You want to maximize your marketing and build your business, and you know this is an incredibly excellent value and better than anybody's ever seen. And you want to take advantage of the outstanding discount and the amazing bonuses that are in the thousands of dollars and the double you'll love it guarantee, because you're completely safe. So what's left? Go to totalpreneur.com/now. Grab it now. Like I said, it'll take us about 24 hours or so to get you set up in the system. Plan on being with me on Tuesday for the Pathfinder session, and they're every Tuesday after that, and they're all recorded. They're in the members area, so you'll have access to all of them, the whole history of them. Okay, and get yourself set up for a 1 for a 1 hour composite with me. Now, I would rather have you do the composite after a few weeks. So that way you've got some questions. We got a couple of things. You learn how we do a few things together, and you'll get the best bang for the buck out of that. I want to make sure I serve you. Okay. So but I want you to do it within 90 days. I want to get you in place and really properly take care of you within 90 days. So this is not we'll do it in 2017. No, I want to make sure we take care of you right away. So that's it, you guys. I want to make sure I want to make sure I get your questions answered, so that way, if there's any concerns or questions you've got, Julianne's all excited. I want that. I want that. I want that. You have it. You bought it, Julianne. You're a customer. She wants to get it again. I love it. So, and by the way, let me give you guys a strategy too. Something else. We did sell SiteWrap. We sold SiteWrap for a monthly. It was like $97 a month and $39. No, sorry, $97 up front and $39 a month. So significantly more money. We sold it for $297 a year. So you have a lot of people that will be set up for renewals. Well, guess what we should do in this test? Should we go back to those customers and say, guys, for the next 24 hours, if you want, you can upgrade to lifetime for this price. Think about how you market. Okay, and I say that to you because I want to give you a little example of what the benefit is for making sure you're in our Trailblazer program. Okay, I'm sorry, and even in our Pathfinder program. So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get access to Pathfinders every week for 90 days, and you can choose to upgrade and stay with us, which I'd love for you to do. So go right ahead and do that now. Okay, any other questions? Yes. The question is, can you wrap everything? And the answer to that is no, you can't. There are sites that cannot be wrapped. For example, you won't wrap Amazon.
Google Plus.
Yeah, you can't wrap Google Plus. You can't wrap Pinterest. You can't wrap Amazon. You can't wrap YouTube. Most of those you don't care about. Google Plus would have been nice, but you can't do it. You can't do everything. But you know what? We've shown you so much that you can do that it doesn't matter. Okay. Now I used to be able to wrap TED.com, Jack. It was the greatest because I love TED videos. And so you're looking
at your on-site time must have been exploded.
Oh, it was crazy. It was great.
Videos are short.
I know, 18 minutes. It was great. And you go from one to the other. It was like, you could spend hours there. And I love TED, but they redid their website, and whatever technology they put in doesn't allow us to wrap. Now, Matt's looking at a few things. We've challenged him with a few things, and we found a solution that we got to figure out, how we can do it. But, in any event,
I just remembered I have a membership site, and one of the things that I don't really want to teach, it's too beginner, but it's something that all the members at one point or another are going to want help with something. So it was WordPress.
Yeah.
And WordPress has a fine set of how to use WordPress videos. I mean, there's really no need for anybody to recreate that. But I didn't want anybody leaving the membership site and getting lost and then having a hard time coming back, and I wanted them to feel more value in what I was giving them. Oh, he didn't do all these videos over and branded as Brick Road Media Cast. He just pointed me here. So I wrapped it. I wrapped the whole thing. I wrapped hundreds of collective videos and articles on how to use WordPress over at WordPress.org.
Yeah.
And, but Brick Road's right there, and return to site means return back to your membership area. It was very convenient for my members too. So there's practical stuff that you use this for that makes you outsized, bigger than you are. Because I would never do, but if I did, it would take me forever to do all of that. And then that's the only database on the whole planet that actually gets updated when WordPress updates.
That's right.
I know how to go and update video number 80 on page 450,000 in that big database of stuff, and I don't have to do it. So in my membership, it is important that everybody be able to use their WordPress, but I did not want to teach them. I wanted to stay higher level, stay above that, and SiteWrap is the only thing that made it possible for me to do that, so that their stream was not broken, that they were still on the membership site.
That's smart.
They were always one click away from it.
Jack, that is brilliant. We've not done that. I love that idea. Love that idea.
Think about all the other rich sources of information that are out there. If you have a membership site, you just wrap it. They're still there, and you're providing them a service. It's a value add to your membership.
Oh, God, it sure is. Absolutely, it sure is. And time on site, so you control the environment, once again, like we talked about. You got time on site, and you're not doing anything wrong because people they're still seeing that original site. It's genius. So that's beautiful. The fact is, nothing's ever 100%. You know what I mean? I mean, there's pages that think technology changes. So one of the beautiful things too is as technology changes, we try to change with it. So we're looking at ways that we can try to get 100%. But there, you know, you don't care about wrapping YouTube, for example, because you can embed the videos anyway. So that doesn't really matter. You know, things like that. With Amazon, you're gonna put the Amazon links on your site, so that doesn't matter as well. You can embed all sorts of Amazon stuff if you're going to use the Amazon affiliate program. So you know, the reality is you're not losing a whole lot by not having 100%, but you know, nothing is ever 100%. I mean, good knows that the web is so big. So I wouldn't be concerned with it, but I want to make sure that that you guys did know that, because it's like, well, he didn't tell me I couldn't have Google Plus. Well, you know, you know, it's in our tutorials, and if there's more things that we find out, we'll post them, of course, because it's all about serving you. So when you go to the order page, you'll see this. So not the prettiest page in the whole world, but it doesn't have to be pretty, just has to get you the best price, right? So you'll see all the options listed over here. You'll see the Pathfinder logo. You'll see the price here. And you just click the button, it'll take you straight to PayPal. Now, if you need a payment plan or something, and if you're in the U.S., you can use the PayPal what's it called? Bill me later. They're now calling it PayPal credit, by the way. So if that option appears, you can do that. If you need a plan, I will help you. We can do it a 2-pay, and if you need to just pop in the chat and I'll take care of you. But at any rate, you'll just go right over here. We'll process it'll process, and then my guys will manually set you up on our system, and then we'll be good to go. Unfortunately, our automated thing, which was so brilliant, I just couldn't figure it how to do it with this. So anyway, I couldn't. I swear, I was like, Mark, it's not working this week. So I'm like, I don't know how to do this, because we had it all automated, and that's super important. Anyway, any other questions, you guys, before I let you go and I get to go back to sleep since it's now 4 a.m.
Well, while you're asking questions, I want to thank you, Ken, for taking the time to do this. It's really good education in this. People should be able to walk away with just a lot more insight into what's going on. It should be able to help your marketing, even if you, for some crazy reason, didn't buy anything today, which is what I always want to do for you guys. That anybody who presents in front of my peeps has to bring the goods. You have to bring really good, solid education, make people think, give them things they can take action on in their business, regardless of whatever might be for sale. But I also like to call people in that have really, 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 really cool stuff like this. So it's a win-win-win for everybody, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. This is very likely in a wrapped embedded page right now. If you're listening to the recording, it will be. So enjoy the use of the technology that I'm actually recommending that you get, because I use everything that I ever recommend to anybody. That's another really important thing for me. And I then just want to say thank you to everybody for following me. I know you have a lot of choices in who to fly with, and I thank you, JackHumphrey Airlines.
There you go.
And thank you, Ken, again for doing this.
Oh no, Jack, I appreciate it. I you know, we're both passionate about what we do, and that shows, because I mean, clearly, we spent 2 hours together so far, and normally this is like an hour 15 minutes. So I love what we do. I love, first of all, it's been fun to work with you. It's always been fun to work with you and work with Gina and work with, you know, you guys are family, and just looking
Isn't
at
it weird, because it would think we would not like each other, but we do.
Yeah, I know, right? Right. So cool. So yeah, so Lynn says, I see how this can help me in driving traffic and increasing income. Can I be contacting you? Great. Now, guys, this, I didn't like overblow the scarcity thing, but I am going to tell you that this price is not a forever price. I mean, you want to do this like within the next day or so, because like I said, I'm testing it, and I'm not committed that it's going to last a long time. So I would get it before I change my mind, frankly. And I want you to have it. So, you know,
well, you might not have the same problem with this one, Guru Mantra, because the training is just simply awesome. These guys do a really good job. So you can immediately get in there and start using this thing. When Ken did it in 59 seconds, that's, I think, the time that we had tonight.
Yep. Yep.
You are also learning in 59 seconds how the whole thing works. That's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to it. There won't be any bigger learning curve than that. What really is an ongoing thing. So you can use it right away, but what's an ongoing thing is these meetings that you guys have to just kind of brainstorm with those who want to share their diabolical plans of all the different ways of using it. And you heard Ken tonight not hear about something that I was doing with it for your membership site. So there's always new stuff coming up, and you would have thought by now somebody would have done that, but now they have. But there's always new stuff coming up with this thing. So I don't know. I would think about that. I don't know what the other tool is that you're working on learning right now, but this one is at least really quick and easy to learn and to put into action. But I'm with you. I don't like going into stuff that I feel ahead of time that I'm going to let just sit there, and it's like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to get to this. Just know that this is one of those things that you can get to right away. You could be using it tonight. That's why I said in my promotions, you guys could have a hell of a weekend.
Yeah, you can. You
with
can.
this software, because you can actually get somewhere. You can use it. It doesn't. There's not like hours of learning beforehand, which most likely is the last tool you're talking about. It could be complex. It could be hard before you ever get to use it and see it in action. Tonight, you could actually see this in action. You could go run some Facebook ads and get some targeted traffic and run them through some wrap pages, and that can all happen tonight. I set mine up really, really quickly when I didn't know anything about it. It was very, very easy to do. So I just want to make sure you knew that if you're weighing that decision of waiting or not. And, of course, again, the price won't last. The offer did. I mean, understand that the offers have changed, and obviously, I reserve the right to change offers. So do it now. The other thing too is that if you're trying to get CurationSoft working, and I love CurationSoft. I mean, I use it too. The thing is that I should say that we practically built it for CurationSoft, because we built it to help the bloggers keep people on their sites for longer. And that's what we did it for. So you'll use this in conjunction with CurationSoft immediately, like right this minute. Everything that you curate, just like we did over, well, I lost the page already because I've been playing around, but everything like even with Elaine, Aileen rather, you'll wrap everything inside of here. I've got one person, Linda Feinholz, she had a page that had like 27 wraps in it, because she just put content, and so there was like 27 wrapped items in there. So she had all sorts of engagement going on the one page. So so that's why for CurationSoft, for example, it is the perfect match for anything that you're curating. And I'm a big believer in curation, because first of all, it provides value and service, and you don't have to create the content. So, and for example, like today, this TED Talk that I saw from Simon, I forget the guy's last name now, on the power of the why, was so good that I'm going to take it, and I'm going to, in this case, I can embed it, because I'm not going to wrap TED, but I can embed it so I'll still get the same benefit of time on site. And I'm going to send that out to everybody on the list. So you'll probably get to see an email from me, about that within the next 24 hours or so, because it was so valuable, right? So that's curation, and actually, I found, and you did. I'm so excited. I found it on Google Plus, shared by Richard Branson. So I could curate Branson on his site. I could wrap Branson's site, which might be kind of cool, or I could go ahead and take the video from TED and put it on my site. It's all up to me, right? So either way, we win. So absolutely, embrace the concept of curation, and embrace the idea that you wrap every link you can. And you won't wrap every single one. There's those strategies, and we teach you the strategies. There's a whole video about that in the members area that Gina actually talked about, as to what you want to wrap and what you don't want to wrap. Okay, because you do want to have a couple of things unwrapped to make Google happy. So it's not all wrapped, but that's fine. It's a huge benefit to you. So I do encourage you to go ahead and take it and put it to use. It's fun. It's just fun to do too. It really. I just get a kick by this, and maybe it's because it's my baby, but I just think it's so much fun to be able to do stuff that no one else can do. And there's not been a giant launch. We've done a few webinars here and there, but it has not been any big release. Eventually there may be, but we just never really gotten around to it. We've just really kind of done it with people that we know, like, and trust, in terms of a couple of small JVs. That's been it. So you guys really do have the inside track on using this. It's been very, very exclusive.
So yeah, that's the option for you guys.
Cool.
So guys, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Ken.
I appreciate it, Jack. Thank you so much. You rock, my friend. I will see you. I will see you soon. And for those of you guys, for like Lynn and Julianne, I guess you'll see me on web TV on Tuesday, and I'll see you guys in Los Angeles. So Jack, thank you again. I'll talk to you soon. Good night, everybody.
All right. Night, everybody. Thank you. Have
Bye-bye.
a great weekend.
See you. That's right. Bye-bye.